Less than 3 centuries ago, this rock garden off the Carolina coast was above water, dry, deserted, and a popular rendezvous for pirates. Divers sometimes find relics to prove it. These divers came across spectacular proof. Something that looked like a pirate cannon. Underneath all that coral, that's just what it was. Finding it changed their lives overnight. And Aaron Halliday's, the man they were working for. 6 months later, it involved me. I'm Mike Nelson. Aaron had been my history professor at college, and one of my best friends ever since. When he asked me to join him in the Carolinas, I came running.
What's the scoop?
Well, I came down here to do some good old stuffy research on colonial governments, but instead I discovered Blackbeard's diary.
Blackbeard's diary?
Yes, and a clue to what just might be a whole cave full of pirate treasure.
Well, what do you know? What kind of a clue?
Well, he wrote that he planted a cannon in the mouth of the cave. And when he put to sea, he says, he laughed thinking of his gold safe in Ben's pocket, unquote.
Ben's pocket?
Well, nobody around here had ever heard of it either. So I played a hunch, Mike.
Blackbeard tacked the name onto this local cave, huh?
Right. And set up a cannon in front of it. And there it sat for some 200 years until Zoe White, my research assistant, found it. Zoe and a local diver that I hired down here, Sonny Kendall. Anyway, after Zoe and I went back to the university, Kendall found 3 doubloons and some fragments of jewelry. Well, that was all that Zoe needed. Oh, what a girl she is. Such drive, such enthusiasm.
Don't tell me she's good looking.
No, I won't tell you that, Mike. You'll have to judge for yourself. Anyway, she sees my book as a bestseller. Whole big sale in the movies, and me, aging gimpy egghead, just rolling in money.
Oh, why not? Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, but it's going to take you a lot of money.
Well, we've got $20,000 in hand right now.
Yeah, but you'll need some salvage equipment. The whole thing will run around 50 grand.
We've got 50,000, Mike, whenever I give the word. The Barstow Foundation will invest 30,000 just on my say-so.
Grab it.
Yeah, that's what Zoe says, and Kendall too, but I don't know, I wanted to wait for your expert opinion on it, Mike.
Are they out there now?
Yeah.
How long have they been down?
Oh, I'd say about half an hour.
I think I'll go out and meet them.
Good.
What a research job it must have been. Working out where a cave would be today underwater that had been on dry land in Blackbeard's day. Aaron Halliday had been too modest to tell me, but he deserved a lot of credit for interpreting that diary. It didn't take me long to find the cannon. Aaron's 2 divers, Zoe and Kendall, weren't in sight. They were inside the cave, probably, picking Ben's pocket. I was wrong, though. For some reason, they'd been exploring somewhere else. Now they seem to be making for shore. Aaron was really high on these 2, I remembered. The girl, especially. I headed out. I was eager to meet them myself, especially the girl.
See anyone else down there?
Oh.
There he is. I told you Mike could make it here. Mike, this is Sonny Kendall. Mike Nelson.
Nice to meet you, Sonny.
Mike Nelson. Well, even though we don't find old Blackbeard's treasure, I'm still way ahead.
Oh, it's too warm for a snow job, boy.
Zoe? Zoe, this is Mike Nelson.
Hi.
Hi. I just judge for myself.
I trust you rested well, Mr. Nelson.
Just fine, thank you.
Taking in paying guests is a brand new experience for me. Miss Zoe, I'd appreciate it if you'd tell that Kendall boy not to help himself to my ice chest.
I'll tell him, Miss Roundtree.
Messing up my kitchen, waking me at sparrow dawn.
Why, Miss Naomi, honey, I sure am sorry. I wouldn't disturb your beauty sleep for the world. Not that you needed any.
Sonny, honestly.
It sure is a handmade day. The water is warmer than toast. Warmer than this toast, anyway. Hope you're about ready to explore Ben's pocket, Mike.
I'm raring to go. Why didn't you wake me this morning, roommate?
At Sparrow Dawn? You got time. Besides, I always start the day off with a swim.
With a day's diving ahead of you? Boy, you are a water rat.
Mike, I'm so glad you could get here now. Every day counts if we're going to beat those hurricanes. In fact, well, we need that money from the foundation right away. I mean, for salvage equipment.
We already got the order in for the barge and the dredge.
All Aaron needs is reassurance from you.
I don't know. It seems to me the two of you have found all that any skin diver can find. Doubloons, necklace.
But, sir, compared to you, we don't rate. We're just a couple of amateurs.
There it goes with that snow job again.
It's true, Mike. I wouldn't want Dr. Halliday to risk his reputation on my judgment.
No, sir, nor on mine either.
Well, let's see if he's willing to risk it on mine, huh? The doubloons and the necklace had been found close to the mouth of the cave, near the cannon. Now Sonny and I were hacking away at the back. We'd been at it for some time, but we hadn't found anything yet. Sonny suggested that we do some more searching here out in front near the cannon. That surprised me. After the beating he'd taken, I thought sure that he'd want to call it a day. But the local strong boy insisted that he was okay. He knew just what he was doing. I guess he did know at that.
This is the best one yet. It's the least eroded. What do you say, Mike? Should we cable the foundation?
Of course. Mike's convinced.
Let's wait it there, Soa.
Now, Mike, those hurricanes aren't about to wait.
I don't know what more proof you want.
Well, so far, everything we've found has been at the mouth of the cave.
You mean it could have been dropped by someone on his way out? Someone who beat us to the treasure?
That's right. I might get smashed up a bit, but I'd like to see what's in the rear of that cave.
A storm's due tomorrow. That's more delay.
Now, look, kids, there's $50,000 of other people's money involved here. Festina lente.
Please, Professor, sir, translate for an uneducated water rat.
Sonny, that means make haste slowly. In other words, easy does it, Jackson. Good night, kids.
Good night, Aaron.
Night.
What was that expression again, Doc?
You young folks don't dig these cookie expressions we got up to school.
Mike?
Hmm?
Will you forgive me for being an impatient nag?
I don't blame you. I'm impatient myself.
It's just Aaron Halliday's so great a man to me. The treasure's not what I really care about. It's seeing him rich, world famous.
He's a great man in my book, too, you know.
You're an angel.
Two days later, I took another shot at the back of the cave by myself. And I found something. Incredibly well preserved after 200 years underwater. A magnificent crucifix. There was just one thing wrong with it. It hadn't been there 2 days ago. All day long, I'd been trying to figure out what to tell Aaron Halliday about the crucifix in Ben's pocket. I knew that it had been planted by Sonny Kendall or Zoe White for me to find. I finally decided to tell Aaron the truth, unless he managed to beat me to it by spotting it for a phony himself.
That's Spanish, no doubt. No doubt about the period either. It's on the button. This is great, Mike. It's just great. I'm glad now that I did it.
Did what?
Well, I decided that make haste slowly bit was for the birds. So I phoned the Barstow Foundation today to airmail me the $30,000.
You did?
Yep.
Oh, Aaron, no.
Well, with my best friend and my best girl to back me up, how can I lose?
Aaron, there's something I want to tell you about this.
Well, there's something Aaron wants to tell you first. Isn't there, dear?
I'll say. She is my best girl, Mike. We're going to be married.
What?
I know, it's hard to believe. Lame, broke, ugly, old enough to be her father, but she loves me.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
You must be tired. Why don't you turn in?
Yeah, I am bushed, but this has taken 10 years off my age.
Well, I'm for bed. We're going to have a busy day tomorrow ordering the equipment.
Hmm.
Really getting you started, darling, on the road to riches. Night, Mike.
Night.
Good night. Aaron,
Yep.
this check from the foundation.
It should be here tomorrow. Day after at the latest.
Yeah, well, when it comes, just hold on to it, huh? I mean, don't sign it over to the company.
Why not? Zoe handles all the funds. She's a whiz at that sort of thing.
Yeah, I know, but, well, on this salvage equipment, I may be able to get a better deal from another outfit.
Oh, fine. But they'll still want money.
Aaron, do me a favor. Do as I say. Huh? Please?
All right.
He was all set to tell Halliday about the crucifix. He must have figured out that you planted it.
Well, how do you know he isn't telling Halliday right now?
He wants to catch you red-handed. Now, look, Mr. Muscles, you do what I told you. Just what I told you.
Right. Good night.
darling, what are you doing up so early?
Zoe, do you know anything about this doubloon? Mike found it down near the cannon 2-3 days ago.
What about it, sweet?
Well, compare it with this photograph in the coin catalog here.
Why, it's the identical coin.
That's right. That means that it came from this dealer and not from the cave.
Aaron, you don't think Mike would...
No, not Mike. Kendall. I think that he planted it.
But why?
I don't know why, but I'm going to find out.
Dr. Halliday, when I opened my home to you all, I certainly didn't count on being waked from my rest morning after morning.
I'm sorry, Miss Roundtree. I didn't realize that we were talking so loud.
Well, it's not you two. That Sonny Kendall was bumping into furniture right over my head before sunup. Then no sooner than he come clumping down the stairs than that other man, that Mr. Nelson, he's up creaking the floorboards.
I'm sorry. I'll speak to them about it. Mike asked me not to endorse the foundation check over to the company, Zoe. Why?
Maybe he suspected what Sonny was up to. Mike's very bright.
But Kendall doesn't control the funds.
Mike doesn't know that.
I told Mike that you control the funds, Zoe. All the funds.
You don't think I'm mixed up in this? Oh, Aaron.
Sonny Kendall wouldn't know a doubloon from a piece of bubble gum.
Can't keep silent a minute more. I just have to speak out about the goings-on
Miss
around
Roundtree,
here.
please, I told you that I'd see to it that you weren't disturbed anymore in the morning.
Yes, but it's more than that. These people you have around you, they're deceiving you, Doctor. That crucifix, she bought that 2 days back from Dan Hayward's curio shop in Southport.
That's absurd.
Dan Hayward just happens to be kin to me on Mama's side of the family. Mama run into Cousin Dan.
Aaron.
Go on, Miss Roundtree.
And then, if you please, I hear this Mr. Nelson claiming he found that crucifix clear out in the ocean. Now, I shut my eyes to her carrying on with Kendall.
Oh, shut up, you old snoop.
Night after night till that Nelson got here.
All right. So now you know.
Now I know.
Money. That's what you meant to me. Did you really believe I could be in love with an old...
Mike, what'd you say happened this morning?
What Miss Roundtree said had happened to be true. I had followed Sonny down to the beach without his seeing me. I gave him a few minutes head start into the water, too. It turned out to be a little too much. I still hadn't caught up with him. Instead, Sonny caught up with me. Like most sneak punches, it didn't do all the damage intended. I wasn't knocked out by a long shot, but I let Sonny think so. He was all set to finish me off. He wasn't too good with a pry bar, but with a knife, he was murder.
I'm taking Muscle Boy to the sheriff. Come on, you. Up. You better ask your fiancée a few questions.
I already know the answers. Zoe!
She's cleared out. That Zoe's cleared out. Saw her drive off in your automobile 15, 20 minutes ago.
What?
Took all her things. So if you want my opinion, she's on that 10 o'clock airplane by now.
Mr. Parsons, this is Professor Halliday. I wonder if you could tell me the status of our account there. Oh? Oh. Thank you, Mr. Parsons. She took out every cent. $20,000. It's okay, I'll be all right.
Operator, this is a priority. Give me the Coast Guard base, please.
They're working on it, Aaron. They'll get her. And the money.
That's good.
Sorry.
How stupid can a man be? A guy my age.
Happens to the best of us, Aaron.
Well, that's how I feel, old and stupid. Not just for falling for Zoe, but for buying those phony coins. The only genuine relic of Blackbeard's that they found was that blasted cannon.
Hey, you know something? That's bugged me from the start, that cannon. What was it that Blackbeard said now again?
I mounted a cannon in the mouth of a cave.
That's what I thought.
What?
I think that cannon was planted, too,
You mean by Kendall?
by Blackbeard. I figured out. Why would he put a cannon in the front of his cave and advertise where his loot was buried?
He wouldn't. And he certainly wouldn't put out to sea laughing the way he says he did. Laughing when I thought of my gold safe in Ben's pocket. Go on, Mike, go on.
Well, there's another cave just north of the one we've been working in. It's smaller, narrower mouth. Looks a lot more like a pocket.
Say, you know something? You got yourself a doll of an idea, Mike. Listen, if you're right, I'm going to prove to you that I'm a real sport.
Yeah, how you...
You remember that grade that I gave you in colonial history?
Oh, go on, I'll say. It was a D.
If your hunch is right, I'm going to raise it to a B.
Make it an A and you've got a deal.
Dr. Halliday, they caught her. The FBI caught that Zoe White in Miami, getting off that airplane just as calm as you please. The Coast Guard man told me he wanted to talk to you, but I told him I was perfectly competent to take messages for any guest of mine.
You sure are. Did Zoe have the money with her?
Didn't I tell you? First thing I asked him, she had the money all right.
There you are, Aaron. Now you'll be able to pay those investors off, even if I am wrong about the cave.
And if you're right, they'll have to pay us royalties.
My hunch had been right. This cave was Ben's pocket, and this was the treasure that Blackbeard had hidden in it. I still didn't know as much about colonial history as Zoe White did, but I did know more about life. I knew that you can't cheat an honest man. Oh, and one other thing. I was just finding it out. Downstairs, underwater, when you laugh your head off, you know how it comes out? Bubbles.
Hello there. I'm Lloyd Bridges. You know, 3/5 of the world is covered by the sea. And how little most of us know about that underwater world. Go below with us again next week, huh? For another thrilling adventure in Sea Hunt.